Hey guys, Marslingan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be jumping into Super Battle Road to show off the West Supreme Kai Awakening that we just got on Global with the release of Gohan's Dokkan event. I was very much looking forward to this because West Supreme Kai, when she first released, was like an interesting support unit because she does give 40% to Realm of Gods and then gave a 7% chance to crit, which was obviously nice if you had units with 0 to very few dupes. But the problem is her super attack just greatly raised attack, and as you could see from that passive, she gets no attack and defense other than that support buff because obviously she is a Realm of Gods unit. So 40% defense is just not good enough for any of the events that are a little bit more difficult. So now she's definitely become very usable because she now greatly raises attack and defense, so that's very good. And then before applying the support buff, she does have attack and defense 100%, as well as the fact that she now guards all attacks within the same turn after receiving an attack, as well as the chance to crit buff going up to 10%. So what this means is that she has to take a hit and then guard will be activated. So the first attack will do more damage. Now you can see this build, I rainbowed her before her awakening, before we knew what her awakening was. So I think if I pull more copies of her, I might change the dodge, because you can actually find yourself in a situation where she could dodge the first attack that comes her way, which is a normal attack, which means because she hasn't received an attack, her guard won't activate, and then the following attack could be a super, and then she will take obviously a lot more damage. So I definitely need to fix that if I can pull some more copies of her. I'm not going to spend stones on her or anything, but we're going to go ahead and see what she can do here. So I'm not going to activate an item. Could be kind of dangerous, but we have her in slot 1, so she's going to be taking an attack from Videl before guard is activated, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of damage she takes. She does have 100,000 defense as well already, which is not too bad, to be honest. So let's go ahead and do this. So let's see what the first turn looks like. Just don't super me. Okay, good. So 60k, I mean that's kind of to be expected in Realm of Gods Super Battle Road, to be honest, with type disadvantage. But we got a 1.4 mil attack stat, and then yeah, boom, look at that. Guard activated now, defense raised from the super, so she took double digit damage from Videl. So from 60k to double digits, and then she even took less damage from Devilman's super attack than she took from that original normal attack. And obviously Supreme Opie of Time massively raises her defense on super, so once she's super attacked, she's able to tank really well. And Zamasu over here, he does have built-in damage mitigation, but his defense isn't that great. So obviously we had a little bit of support from the various Kais on the rotation, but he was lacking a little bit. Okay, we're going to have to put you in the last slot here. Might actually have to use an item here because, funnily enough, so we're showing off West Kai, who is, you know, technically a support unit, not supposed to be a particularly strong unit. And it's the Zamasu that we're going to have to worry about and actually use an item to protect, which is kind of funny. So, unfortunately, the key really bad for this rotation, so we can't even get super attacks across the board. I want to float off Vados and get her onto rotation with West Kai, because she shares Fierce Battle with her, which obviously Supreme Kai of Time, being one of the heroes units, only has Shattering the Limit and not Fierce Battle, so them together will be a nice little bit of extra attack boost for the West Kai. And then yeah, Vados in the last slot there, able to get some dodging in, apply the seal and attack lower as well. So we're going to be in a very similar situation to the first turn here, so we'll go ahead and do this. Hopefully we don't get a super attack in slot 1. And then we'll get Whis to attack lower you. I brought Whis, as you can kind of see from the team build, it's one of those... Ah, see, there you go. See, there's the dodge. This is exactly what I said at the beginning. So her guard is now not activated. So yeah, 291k from a super. So if she hadn't dodged that first attack, as we saw on the very first turn, she would have probably taken about 60k, but then her guard would have been activated, so that super attack would have done a lot less damage. So she definitely is an example of a unit that now, after her awakening, your original build for her hidden potential might need to be readdressed. So that is kind of annoying because, like I say, as much as she's a very useful unit now that I would like to use on Realm of Gods to provide that very nice 40% buff, especially when you bring, you know, if you start bringing your actual top tier Realm of Gods units like your Vegito Blues and LRUI Goku and stuff like that, having the 40% attack and defense buff is incredibly useful. And so now that she's not a huge liability to the team, it makes it a lot easier to be able to run her to give that massive buff to everybody else. So I think we will... What should we do here? Do we need to heal? We do need to heal at some point. So yeah, let's do this. Up our defense a little bit more. Get that heal off. And then we should be able to take out... hopefully Hercule and King Chopper here, I think. I guess it depends on crits, but obviously the Zamasus, now that they're in their post-transform state, link up incredibly well with the Tech Mode Zamasu, as well as the fact that he is giving them extra defense. We might not finish him off with the second Zamasu attack, but we'll see. Tech Mode Zamasu should easily finish off Hercule here. He hits like an absolute truck. His defense not the best, but he does put out a lot of damage. And then we get a nice little additional normal attack as well. I'll take a little bit of extra damage on Fidel. And then hopefully we take out this last guy here. I did find a Rainbow Friend. My AGL Zamasu is only 79%. But he comes through with the crit and we take him out. So that is exactly what we want to see. So we're still on full health. Yeah, let's leave you in slot 1. Why not? So now, as you can see, we got Fierce Battle, Godly Power, the Innocence, and Shocking Speed. That equates to about 40% attack, and then obviously the 2 key. She wasn't like a huge priority for me to link level, so obviously I haven't done any of that yet. Maybe I will at some point. I do think now her and Supreme Kai of Time kind of fill those 2 slots as like the 2 best support units for Realm of Gods. Vados is obviously very good because of the dodging, attack lowering, sealing, but she only provides 20% to Realm of Gods. Certain units like Beerus units and like I think Blue Vegeta are in multiple of the categories that she supports. So obviously depending on how you build your team, she is very good for supporting them. But Supreme Opie of Time and Weskai don't rely as much on that RNG of the built-in dodge because they both raise their defense so much when they super attack. Plus, of course, the fact that the Weskai has that guard ability that we are able to activate as well. So she is doing pretty well, I would say, for category Super Battle Road. You know, we've had a couple of little slips here. She did take a huge amount of damage from that super after dodging the normal attack, which is exactly what I said at the start is the major issue with having given her a ton of dodge. So any extra copies I pull of her in the future, because obviously she is in the unfeatured pool, so she's on basically every banner, I will definitely start feeding those in. And I guess ideally the build you want to go for is more additional, because if you get an additional super, you raise your attack and defense again. So then you're even more likely to take less damage, because obviously for the sake of this video we're running her on main rotation, which you wouldn't normally do, right? She'd just be in the 3rd slot as a support unit. So take this turn for example, this would actually be a really good turn for her to be in the 3rd spot, because she takes the first attack, which is from Grandpa Gohan, who's an STR unit, so he's not going to do a lot of damage to her anyway. Then her guard activates and she's not going to take a huge amount of damage from the following 2 either. So I could leave her in slot 1. I really want to put Vados in slot 1 though, but yeah, she gets a little bit of extra attack from you. Yeah, let's keep her here for now, since we are trying to showcase her specifically. So yeah, we'll do this, and then might as well keep him targeted on you as well. So obviously Realm of Gods, like before it got so many big buffs, was probably the hardest stage to do with no items, but it's received so many buffs now that it's not anywhere near as difficult. Like obviously we took a risk and we paid the price by taking that huge damage with Weskai, because we wouldn't normally run her on main rotation. I wouldn't put her in front of all of those attacks normally, but I mean, we're on to the 2nd fight and we haven't used a ton of items. And I know for a lot of people, when category stages first came out on Global, Realm of Gods was really tough for a lot of people. It was considered one of the hardest stages, and for quite a while, even after completing them all normally, it was one of the hardest stages to do the no items run. But once they started adding all these crazy units that have like a ridiculous chance to dodge, it put you in a very good position for being able to get through it. So now Realm of Gods is actually, I dare say, quite easy, quote unquote, to get the no items run on. So I think we probably finish off Master Mutaito here. So let's go for, yeah, sealing you up. Do we need an item here? I think I'm going to use one just to be a little bit on the safe side, because once we get rid of another person here and we seal up Master Roshi, that keeps us a little bit safe. I'm more worried than anything about super attack in the first slot on Zamasu, but it looks like that's not going to happen anyway. So I guess we're okay, but no crit sadly. So I'm not sure if Tech Mode Zamasu can quite finish him off here. If he comes in with a big crit, we should be okay. But obviously AGL Zamasu not critting with type disadvantage doesn't help. But pretty sure Tech Mode Zamasu got the job done there. And then Supreme Opie of Time, obviously not here for the damage, but she's sealed him up and raised her defense, so she's in a very good spot here. So I think this is a good turn. Let's put Weskai in slot 1, see her pop off here a little bit again. In fact, I think we're going to get the Dokkan attack here, which I don't really want, but unfortunately we are not really close enough to everyone being dead to not, you know, like if we don't get the Dokkan attack this turn, we're getting it next turn regardless. So might as well see what Weskai can do. Yeah, 26k from the first neutral typing attack, and then it immediately drops down to 600 when the guard activates. So honestly, very impressed with how well she performs, considering this is category Super Battle Road. All her links are level 1 as well, so imagine her at level 10 links getting all that extra attack and defense. She'd be pretty damn good. I mean, she's got 1.8 million attack stat with these two other support units, both of which only giving her 20% attack and defense, because she's only in the one category that Vados supports. So yeah, she's able to hit some pretty good numbers for a support unit. Support units have been getting so much better in Dokkan lately. You know, like, in fact, both of the main examples are on this rotation. Like, Supreme Kai massively raising her defense, and then Weskai, she raises her defense, she guards. The High School Gohan that we should hopefully be getting the Awakening for from the next World Tournament has a chance to stun, has decent base attack and defense, and then has damage mitigation. So this is what I really like to see, because I obviously love to run my team builds. As much as I would love to just cram them full of my most favourite, most powerful characters, I really like to build my teams with two very strong rotations of two units that go super well together, and then, you know, support units to run off rotation. So I'm very happy to see Weskai getting this buff. She is on a couple of other categories, but like, for example, like Majin Buu Saga, a lot of the units on that team, quite a lot of them in fact, are not going to be on Realm of Gods. And that is her main role, obviously. As good as she can do, she's put out some decent attack numbers, she's defended reasonably well, but she is at heart a Realm of Gods support unit. Like, I don't really see the point of running her on a team that doesn't have many Realm of Gods allies, because she's given the 40% buff to herself as well, but I just think there's many other units on those other categories that you would prioritize bringing over her. So actually, this is a good turn for her to be in slot 1 as well, because the first person attacking is Tien. So we got type advantage over him, and then he activates our guard, as long as we don't dodge. So we'll go ahead and do this, and then let's seal. Actually, let's go for the seal on you as well. Why not? So just don't dodge Tien, and we're in a good spot here. So yeah, 9 damage, guard activates, boom, double digits. That is exactly what we like to see. Honestly, I'm surprised. After the number of no item attempts I did on this stage, I'm quite surprised that with 4 attacks in the first slot there, none of them were a super attack. Because the number of times I got to this stage and then got super attacked into oblivion in slot 1 was pretty high, I can tell you. And Vados apparently forgetting how to dodge. We could actually die this turn. Oof, okay. Supreme Kai coming in. I mean, as long as we're sealing Chaozu, right? Oh, no, TN. So as long as Chaozu doesn't super attack Supreme Kai, we should be okay. Because she doesn't take a lot of damage from normal attacks. Oof. Yeah, Vados not coming through with those dodges was kind of exactly what I was talking about when I was saying about how the how things can turn around on Super Battle Road. So, but we're able to get the heal off here. So we'll go for TN again. In fact, we might as well focus on TN with both of our damage dealers here. And then Whis is having to get hit by Krillin, so let's lower his attack. So, I mean, I didn't want the video to be super long. I wasn't too sure whether I would play through the entirety of the stage, but we got to see in that first turn against the Z Fighters that West Kai definitely put in a very solid performance. So, I'm definitely glad that we did keep going this far. And then if Tech Merge Zamasu crits here, we could potentially be rid of TN, which would be a very good start. Come on. Ah, no crit, sadly, and no additional. Whis, a little bit of danger of him taking a fair bit of damage, but we do have the Princess Snake active, so it's not the worst. Yeah, that's not too bad. We can make do with that. So we get our first Zamasu transformation here. And what is this rotation going to be looking like? Oh, yeah. See, yet again, another perfect turn. Oh, well, I say that. There's no way for her to super attack. Okay, so we can break up our rotations a little bit here. So we'll go ahead and put Zamasu in slot 1. He's getting a decent buff off of these guys. His defense obviously isn't looking too high, but he does at least have the damage mitigation. So we'll go for this, and then let's go for Krillin with you, and then, you know what, I'd rather be safe than sorry. We got tons of items left now because this run has been going super well. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the Icarus here, just in case these tech units get a little bit super attack happy in slot 1 with Zamasu. So Krillin's going to go off first. Destructo Disc, 28k, yeah, we can take that, that's fine. No tech unit support super attacking us, so that's good. Did I retarget with West Kai? Yeah, I should have. When I didn't realise that Zamasu was not going to get the super attack, I should have just stayed targeted on him so West Kai could take him out. But we should be okay. We're going to have our double Zamasu rotation next turn, so we won't have to worry about not being able to get a super attack with him. Oh, Vados. Almost took him out. He sealed an attack lowered, so at least now he can't fulfill the typical Super Battle Road shenanigans of super attacking us right at the start before we get to kill him, because he's attack lowered and sealed. So, yeah. So we just take him out here. It's better to just do that, I think. And then we can do some big damage to you. And then we might as well seal and attack lower Yamcha at the end here. Plus, of course, the Icarus is still active as well, so we don't have to worry as much about the tech units super attacking Zamasu in slot 1 here. So get rid of TN. Yeah, no damage from the normals as to be expected. So let's see if we can get a nice big crit here with Tech Mode Zamasu. He's at 3.1 million attack stat thanks to the support from Supreme Kai of Time. No crit, but pretty solid amount of damage. And yeah, thanks to the item and all the defensive buffs on the turn, he's not taking a lot of damage either. So very, very good. Oh, well, okay. So this could be an interesting turn for sure. I don't want West Kai to get us killed here, though. The item is not active now. So that's one thing that we have to bear in mind. And we can't super with Whis. You know what? I'm just going to go for it. If we die because of super attack shenanigans here, then we die. But, okay, we didn't get supered first, so guard is activated. So, yeah, not bad, considering not her best link partner. No items active. Tech units everywhere. And not bad damage overall. And she got that crit as well. So, yeah, see, once her defense is raised after her super, even the tech units are just doing double-digit damage to her. So, slot 1 is probably not her best bet, because you can combine those aspects of her passive. Like if you're using her as an off-rotation support unit, so she's mostly in slot 3, if there's a bunch of attacks stacked up in slot 3, you don't have to worry about her as much, because she's going to raise her defense from her super attack, and then it's only the first attack that lands on her that is going to do any sort of reasonable amount of damage, and then guard kicks in. So once she's raised her defense with her super, then yeah, she's going to be sitting pretty in that third slot, not taking huge amounts of damage. Because yeah, she was, like I say, I always wanted to bring, like, you know, big support units, 40% attack and defense, Realm of Gods. Sounds really good on paper, but if you brought her on the Legendary Goku event, and then you get to like Int UI Goku and there's multiple attacks in the final slot, you either have to break up your rotation, because I would imagine from Int UI Goku, pre-awakening, West-Kai was probably taking like 80-90k from normal attacks. Whereas now, she's going to maybe take a little bit on that first one. But again, if she's in slot 3, she's going to have raised her defense with her super. And then, yeah, you're going to be looking real good. So, is Yamcha... This will all go... Oh, wait, let's see. Yeah, she gets more attack from Tomasi because he has Fierce Battle. So, this is either going to go horribly downhill because he's going to super attack me. Although, actually, I can't even super in slot 1. So, yeah, we'll just do this. If he super attacks Zamasu, we die. If he doesn't, we don't. I guess I could just go ahead and pop this. Why not? And then, yeah, I think... Well, actually, no. Saying that, we got 2 AGL units. So unless we get crits, we're not going to be done this turn. But yeah, we've definitely done pretty well. I think I'll start wrapping up here. We got it in the bag. We just used an item. We've raised our defense. So that is the awakening for West-Kai. She is very, very good. You know, taking double-digit damage in category Super Battle Road with no items active for a unit that you're bringing solely because they give you 40% attack and defense to all the crazy powerful units on your team is very, very good. So I'm going to meme a little bit and put Whis in slot 1 and let him finish the job here. So there you go. Let me know what you think of West-Kai. Do you have her Rainbow ready to go and awakened, or have you not pulled her at all? Maybe you only have the 1 copy. Even at 55%, she should still do pretty well. And of course, that thing from her passive gives her a 10% chance to crit, even though she has no crit in her hidden potential system. So I would say overall, she is now very much worthy of a spot on the Realm of Gods team. So let me know what you think. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. You can follow me on Twitch or join my Discord. The link is in the description below. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.